Hey guys, it's been a long time since my last video went up, and I want to apologize for that, and want to tell you guys what's been going on and why I haven't uploaded in a long time. Reason why I haven't been uploading is because, I moved across Virginia to my new school, and I was trying to get settled in, and I was trying to find some good filming locations because I have a roommate, and I really don't feel comfortable, subjecting my roommate to, my long-winded rants about games and stuff, and I didn't feel comfortable filming around him. No disrespect to my roommate, and and I did find a good filming location to make videos at. It's at this little corner in the cafeteria, like just I have to like walk away from my dorm with all my lighting equipment and stuff. And the thing is that even with that new filming spot, it's just that it was also a lack of motivation that caused me not to upload for so long. I didn't feel motivated. I just lost this motivation and inspiration to make videos. I'm not quitting YouTube, for the record. No, it's gonna be a long, long time before I even think about quitting YouTube. No, I'm not quitting YouTube. No, and another thing is I'm now back home across Virginia because my school was evacuated recently because of the coronavirus. No one at my school has it or anything. All schools across the state are, shutting down or evacuate, or colleges are evacuating students off the dorms just, for the sake of safety for the students, because coronavirus is a highly contagious disease that anyone and everyone can get. It doesn't matter how old or young you are. I know there was like that thing in Florida recently. I think that video surfaced yesterday or the day before that. But there was a video out of Florida where there was these like thousands of college kids on Clearwater Beach, and they were one dude said, "Hey, if I get corona, I get corona," just which really stupid. So yeah, what I'm doing with this virus is I'm not in any danger right now. The state of Virginia has not issued any, orders to stay inside or anything. Not that I'm going outside, not that I have a reason to go outside, but several restaurants in my neighborhood they haven't closed down completely. They've switched to online catering, for takeout. One restaurant, I won't name it, but one restaurant in my neighborhood has like a sign outside that says, if you order online, you get 25% discount, which is pretty nice. And there's this Burger King in my neighborhood that has been sending me every morning. I wake up to a text from Burger King saying, "Oh yeah, we're still open. Just we have the drive-through and everything. You can't come in though." And every store imaginable, every store that I shop at, even stores that I've never been to, have been emailing me saying, "Oh hey, we care about our customers, so come right on in." It's stupid, just like you might as well close down, but at the same time, it's a catch-22 because on one hand, you want to stay open for business to have to keep your employees paid, so they can pay off rents, pay their bills, pay off any other debts that they owe. But at the same time, if you work at retail, you invite the possibility of getting corona, of having the coronavirus spread from person to person, whether it be a customer or an employee themselves. So it's a really bad situation to be in. And there's a lot of businesses that are working from home. And lots of schools in California are also doing like a work from home. And I know Discord has this thing going on where they increase the capacity for screen share. What was it called? Go Live or something? Yeah, I learned about this in one of my classes. It was called Go Live. They increased the capacity from 10 people to I think 50 people to accommodate for college classes that have been put out for coronavirus. So yeah, but yeah, long story short, I'm safe. I'm not going outside. I'm not doing anything unnecessary. I'm not going out into shops or anything. Yeah. But I also want to talk about games I've been playing while during my hiatus. So yeah, I've got like a whole stack. I got a whole stack of games right here that I want to talk about and just give my general thoughts on so far. Some of these games I have either completed or I am close to completing. So let's start off with the Bioshock Collection. And funny story about this, I got the Bioshock Collection just days before PlayStation Network announced that this was going to be free for PlayStation Networks, not PlayStation Plus subscribers. And now, what do I have to say about the Bioshock collection? I played Bioshock a lot when I was in middle school. I remember playing the demo of Bioshock 1 back in 2012 and being captivated by how much of a unique shooter that it was because at the time I was fully engrossed in the first person shooter craze with my stepbrother. Um, and I was just engrossed by how it was a first-person shooter that was more of a steampunk survival horror type shooter than it was like a conventional first-person shooter. Where you have to gun down everything the game tells you to stop and just move, and then move to the next corridor and shoot more people. No, the game gives you powers. You also have to strategize on how you're going to take down certain enemies like the big daddies. But yeah, and Bioshock 2, I got that game 1 year after I downloaded the demo of Bioshock 1. Really awesome game. It doesn't live up to Bioshock 1, sadly, but it gives us more of an idea of what went on in Rapture before and during the Rapture Civil War. What was it, 1959? And yeah, it's really interesting. But yeah, I think that the gameplay loop of playing as a Big Daddy came from spoiler alert for Bioshock One. Skip to a timestamp I might put on the screen in case I don't forget during editing. But spoiler alert for Bioshock One. And the final act of Bioshock 1, you suit up as a Big Daddy so you can take on the final boss of the game. That's all I'm going to say about it. Now Bioshock Infinite, it's been, what, 5 or 6 years since I last played Bioshock Infinite, and I remember being really engrossed by it. Bioshock Infinite has wonderful environments. I will give it that, but it's my least favorite Bioshock game in the entire trilogy. The DLC is nice. The Burial at Sea DLC, it's amazing. But Bioshock Infinite, what I have to say about it is that it doesn't live up to the, I guess, quote unquote, standards of Bioshock. For one, Bioshock prided itself on being a unique first-person shooter, and one of the things it did that I still will never forgive it to this day about is how it makes you carry two weapons like this is a Call of Duty or Halo or some other first person shooter. I can't think of off the top of my head. Or Battlefield. Yeah. I was also playing a lot of Battlefield back in middle school too. But another thing is how the plasmids don't. The plasmids. What were they called? Salt. No, salt is what you use to power your plasmids or whatever. I forgot what they were called, but the plasmids that you used in Bioshock Infinite felt samey, really. You had a stun, and then you had something that would damage enemies over time, and then all the others were just stun moves. And Bioshock Infinite story is nothing impressive, really. I mean, like I said, I will sing high praise for the action that goes on in the game, and the gameplay loop, and the environments, and the voice acting. But yeah, and I also will never, to this day, understand why even back then, when I first saw footage of Bioshock Infinite, about why Elizabeth was getting so much praise because really Elizabeth, she's an AI partner, but there's no real when you have an AI partner like that, you're supposed to at least protect them to some degree, and Elizabeth can survive. No, she will survive every shootout that you get into. So yeah, that's all I have to say. That's my little long-winded rant about the Bioshock collection, or just Bioshock in general. So yeah, if you have PlayStation Plus, I recommend. Actually, no, they're. Oh yeah, Bioshock. Oh yeah, they got new games now. But yeah, last month I think they had Bioshock Infinite and another game. I forgot. So let me put that on my bed. Next is a game that I got at the recommendation of a YouTube friend of mine and a friend of mine on Discord, Terry the Outlaw. So shout out to you, Terry, for watching this. It's Dragon Quest XI. Dragon Quest XI, I am still getting my feet wet with the Dragon Quest games right now. Dragon Quest XI is an RPG that's designed with newcomers and not contemporary, newcomers and old school fans in mind. It's got, oh, let me take a breath. It's got the features that make it a bit more friendly toward, fans of old and new school RPGs. It also the game itself is pretty self-aware on how cliched its story is. That's what I love about it. But it still has this charm to it between the character interactions and the story beats. So yeah, Dragon Quest XI, amazing game. I have not completed Dragon Quest XI because I'm stuck on the final boss. And speaking of Dragon Quest games, we have another Dragon Quest game here. Dragon Quest Heroes, The World Trees Woe, and The Blight Below. Uh, this game I got during Black Friday. I also got it at the same time, well, on the same day that I got Dragon Quest XI on Black Friday last year. Dragon Quest Heroes is a Muso game in which a Muso game is basically a beat 'em up where they have thousands of enemies lined up for you that you can just mash and go crazy, mash buttons and go crazy with. It's pretty fun, you know. It's a good stress reliever if you just came home after a hard day at work and you just want to go in for some mindless action. You know, nothing to it. So, Dragon Quest Heroes is also a fan service game, as with a lot of Muso games as well. It brings in lots of characters from the older Dragon Quest games. I know it came out sometime during, what, 2015? So, yeah, I don't have much to say about it because I don't know about a lot of the characters featured, but the action is amazing. My favorite character to play as is Terry, Jessica, and that boxer girl. I forgot what her name was. She was this Russian girl. And I also like how the series pokes fun at itself because there's one character who has this special move where he tries to use thwack, which is an instant death move, and it's kind of like Mudo in Shin Megami Tensei, where you have a chance of landing it. It's a high risk, high reward type deal. But this dude spams thwack, and he gets so mad that he casts like some ultimate move. I don't know what it's called because his accent is a little bit hard to understand when he's casting that move. But yeah. So next game, I also got this game at the recommendation of another friend of mine. He's a YouTube friend of mine. He's appeared on this channel. I got this game on the recommendation of from James the Hikage fanboy. So James, if you're watching this, shout out to you for this, man. This is Tales of Vesperia. I'm also still getting my feet wet with the Tales series. The first ever Tales game. I actually played it. I actually showed it on this channel 4 years ago, but I haven't had the chance to sit down and play it for a while because between school, me getting more games, and yeah, I'm just lazy at starting a new RPG. The game in question was Tales of Exilia, which I also got on recommendation from James. So thanks, man. But Tales of Vesperia came out I think in 2008 or 9 for the Xbox 360. It was an exclusive at the time, and this definitive edition came out I think last year. The story follows the story follows a guy named Jude, and I said, wait, did I get that name right? Hold on, that's Jude from Tales of Exilia. No. Oh my God. The story follows the guy named Yuri, and it's gonna take a while for me to explain, but the action in the game is amazing, and I also, sorry, I'm trying to think of other stuff to say about it. I also like the whole skits thing, you know. Uh, I'm still trying to get my feet wet with Tales, and I'm also trying to play Tales of Berseria, which I got on the recommendation of James as well. Um, so yeah, what I have to say about it, not much, but it's still an excellent game. So thanks, James, for recommending this title to me. Next is a game I got on sale at GameStop for $5. Is the Division 2. Now, I played the Division 2 on a live stream on this channel a long time ago. I think it was early last year when it was about to come out, and I actually got a reward for being one of the beta testers. I think it was I think you could get a book bag charm of the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. So yeah, that's pretty nice. The Division 2 is a third-person shooter, and its gameplay loop is something in the same vein as Destiny, where you go in during raids, and you go in during raids, you shoot your way through linear corridors, you get into a few boss fights, maybe encounter a puzzle, and then you go to the final boss of the dungeon or raid, whatever it's called, and then finish him off, and then you get lots of loot. And the game also it's also got a loot-based system with they grade how good the loot is depending on its damage or how many bullets it can eat. Ugh. And this game is pretty fun. Initially, I actually clowned on this game when I first saw no when I first played the beta of it. I recall making fun of it back when I first played it. I don't really feel like pulling up the live stream and watching it, but I recall making fun of it. But this is a pretty solid third-person shooter. It's pretty fun. If you have a group of friends, go and get this game. It's like what, $5? Or at the time I got this was $5. I got it sometime during late February this year. So yeah. So we're coming down to our last two games. So I also got this game at the recommendation of Terry, the Outlaw. So thanks for hooking me up with this. This is Diablo 3. Now, Diablo 3, I meant to get this game 4 years ago for my PlayStation 3, but I saw that this is going to sound stupid. I saw that the game was made by Blizzard, and I thought there was going to be lots of nooks and crannies and complicated lore. But years later, my friend Terry said, "Yo, you should pick this up. This game is kind of like Borderlands, where you." So Diablo 3, I couldn't explain to the story if I told you. But Diablo 3 is a dungeon crawler. It's an isometric dungeon crawler. Oh look, my recorder is messing up. I really don't want to re-record 16 minutes of this again. I better not. I better not like find out that it desynced or whatever. Okay. Anyway, so Diablo 3 is an isometric RPG where you and three other friends crawl through dungeons. I'm playing as a monk class, and I can summon clones. As a matter of fact, I think all three of us can summon clones because James, yeah, my friend James also has this. Yeah, so every now and then we get together and play. We do some dungeon crawling. You know, so yeah, I don't really have much to say about Diablo 3, but it's a pretty dope game. So we're coming down to our final game. Now, I got this game for Christmas from my sister Whitney. So Whitney, if you're watching this, thanks for hooking me up for this for Christmas. This is The Outer Worlds. The Outer Worlds, I was excited for when I'd first seen it because, it was made, first of all, it was developed by Obsidian, and secondly, it was going to perfect, hold on, let me turn my hat around. It was going to perfect the formula of the modern Fallout games. And a lot of people were also hyped for this for, I don't want to say the wrong reason. Some people wanted to get this game just so they could dunk on Bethesda, which is kind of a ridiculous reason to get the game, but all power to you. But this game is genuinely fun. It's got some good action, and the interactions with the characters are pretty dope. Right now I'm role-playing as this, chaotic neutral character. If someone pisses my character off, then I'll shoot them on sight. That is, if I can get away with it, with all the security around, because it's got some of the gameplay of Fallout. And at the times, I'll kind of be a douche to other characters in interactions, just to get a rise out of them, or to see if I can get some potential rewards out of it, which usually ends in them either getting mad at me or like pulling a gun out and we get into a gunfight. But yeah, Outer Worlds is a pretty dope game. I love the premise of it. I recommend you check it out if you're a fan of the Fallout series. And yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing. So yeah, more videos are going to come out. I'm going to try to start recording more Persona 3 videos. I also need to make more thumbnails for the Persona 3 videos as well, which shouldn't take me too long, So yeah, thanks for watching. Just wanted to let you guys know where I was at, and I'm sorry for leaving you guys all in the dark, Yeah, sorry for my sudden hiatus, and yeah, I apologize. So yeah, make sure to stay safe and make sure to quarantine yourself if you can. If you have to go to work, make sure to go to work, just to pay off bills, whatever you do, what you got to do. But yeah, make sure to stay safe and quarantine yourself if you can. Don't go outside unless you absolutely need to. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope to see you in the next video.